Alright guys, Ante Matevich here. If you're not familiar with me, I've generated over 1000 client appointments for realtors online using the exact systems and structures I go over in these videos, and I help realtors systemize their client acquisition. And also, I'm an SMMA coach helping other agency owners get to six figures like I did. In this video, you're gonna have a full 1 hour coaching session with one of my coaching clients from Lithuania. He is a 5-figure agency owner, and I'm sure if I could help him, if you're gonna listen carefully, I can help you with your agency too. We can start right now. You prepared some questions. I saw them. I looked at them. I'm pretty confident that that I can answer you. I can help you with that. I'm just not sure. I believe when I saw the Carter's video, right, with you, you asked them similar questions, did you? Or didn't?
Well, some of them might be similar, um, but like the questions I came up with were mostly different roadblocks I had. So Arthur basically introduced me to like the basics, the
Yeah, yeah.
basics of real estate.
I get it. Yeah.
Now I just, in the real world we have the planning ChatGPT. Like it's very useful. So I gave it all the context. It helped me brainstorm questions. I came up with a few. And also I'd like to talk later on about the real estate project that I will be working on, because
Yeah.
it's with developers, not like with agents. And I really want to provide good results,
Yep.
because those are like pretty important people here in Lithuania.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
completely get it. Yeah.
Yeah, so just to catch up, to give you enough context so you would be able to give more detailed answers. I'm 19 years old, making from 2 to 5K per month. The 5K per month was because I did a lot of cold calls to sell websites, but I decided to solely focus on real estate, to just become really good at it. And if I'm good, my clients are rich, and if my clients are rich, I'm rich.
I completely get it.
I decided to drop out of university
Oh, yeah, that's
because
awesome. Yeah.
I don't know, I just can't tolerate like 50-year-old ladies telling me what to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, you're on a good
And
path to that. I can tell you that. That's for sure. That's for sure.
yeah, thanks, man. And also, I'm moving out because I still live with my parents. And so half of my income came from real estate marketing, mostly one client, which is kind of like a part-time job. Like sometimes I come into their office, but it's mostly because I want to, like once or twice a week.
Okay.
And in Lithuania, there are like 3 bigger cities that have bigger populations. So there I can find bigger clients, but in other cities in Lithuania, like even 500 retainer and 500 ad spend, to them it's too big, too much. Even though they do say like, I like what you do, it seems like a good system, but it's just not in my budget.
Yeah.
So I decided to maybe land a few clients, like 350, 500 euro retainers, just to get more experience, and just because it's easy. Because in Lithuania, I can make like 5 cold calls, get you meetings. It's zero competition, but it's also not a lot of money.
Yeah.
And because the CPMs in the country are cheap, the ad spend does not have to be that much in order to like show to a lot of people.
Yeah.
The frequency shoots up fast, which is why my current plan is to get a few clients, like a few more clients in Lithuania. Right now I have 3, and basically move on to the US and Canada if possible.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about that later on, because I did discuss it with my mentor, like which countries are best. But right now, my first question would be, because you don't work with any real estate client. Like if it's a small broker that doesn't have a lot of money, you wouldn't want to waste time on him, right?
Yeah, when I started with my agency, like in my experience, when we started with the four of us, the least money we worked with is probably like $1,000 a month, so $500 ad spend and $500 right for high level and all of the expenses. So yeah, but right now, yeah, mostly not, mostly like $6,000 and above, yeah.
Mm.
So
Okay,
yeah.
and by the way, can you send me the recording after?
Mm-hmm. For
Okay,
sure.
perfect, because I forgot to record.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Can you just say
Uh,
something? I just want to confirm that I can that you can hear yourself in the recording.
yeah, testing.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, like when scraping leads or before calling them, how do you identify whether it's worth to even spend time on them?
Yeah, I completely get it. Yeah. So we also had the same thought in our minds when we started like getting bigger and bigger, and we didn't know how to actually source the leads to actually get to not waste our time, right? Because our calendar is kind of full right now, and one thing that we can actually do and what we are doing is you have your own calendar, right? Or do you book like through Google Calendar or something like that? How do you book your calls?
Google Calendar introduced an option that's basically Calendly.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Because we use Calendly for everything besides cold calling. When it comes to leads and getting high quality leads, what we do is basically when it comes to LinkedIn, we use LinkedIn systems a lot because they're really useful. We have like 4 or 5 accounts on there. They're really useful. And on there we just basically see their profile, we can see what they're doing, we outreach to them. Once they're up for the thing, once they are up for the whole offer, we send them the calendar link, and on the calendar link I can show you after this, they have like a quick survey. After on that survey they have a place to put their name, just like you had when you booked this call, right? They have a place to say how much they earn a month, in profit, how many clients they close, and all of that. Once we see that, and if our calendar is booked, if we don't have time, it's a rare. I don't think it even happens. Like it probably happened once that we actually declined the meeting, because it was too low. Most of the realtors in America earn enough money to actually afford these services. So when it comes to that, basically through Calendly. But when it comes to cold calling, I heard that you're cold calling. We basically have one guy in our agency, one of the brothers actually, who is a really hardworking dude, probably the most hardworking of all of us. He just scrapes leads from Google Maps, goes on the internet, just scrapes people. After my friend calls them, or any of other cold callers in the agency, once they call them, they see if they're up for the meeting and all of that. And after they come on the meeting, after we call them, they come on the meeting, then we start in the discovery stage, just getting to know them and see if they're a good fit. Because most of the realtors in America, in Canada, most of them are a good fit for us. Rarely it happens, that they don't have that kind of money. It doesn't have to be like 3,000. That's average. I mean 6,000 when it comes to ad spend, but it can be from 2,000 to 1,000 or something like that. Just because we get, when people get the results in the first month, they often try and go higher on the ad spend. So that's why we actually don't we are not afraid to go with less.
Mm.
So that's actually how it's done. Yeah.
By the way, did you ever try to like, or at least when you started to work with Croatian agents?
I didn't work with Croatian agents, never. That was my mistake probably. If I started working with Croatian agents, one thing that's why I can't work with them and why we didn't start working with them firstly, like you are in Lithuania, is because I'm in school still. I'm fourth grade of high school. I'm 17 years old right now. If you didn't know that, I'm actually younger than you for 2 years. And the reason why I can't call them is because I have school until afternoon. And when I come home, I need to go to the gym. And after that, they're already they're not working anymore. So if I call them after 7 p.m., they'll just fuck me off. Now I don't need to call them because I have clients in USA. But when I started, I couldn't call them just because I didn't have time to call them. So that's why. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. You said your brother scrapes the leads. I know there are like lead lists such as Apollo.
Yeah.
Maybe some others. You don't use that?
No, because when you use that, usually a lot of lazy people a lot of lazy people that start agencies, and you know it yourself. A lot of people start SMMA these days. A lot of them, and most of them are lazy. They are just trying it out. They are just calling to see if it will work and stuff like that. And when that happens, most of them go on Apollo or Gorilla. Is it called Gorilla? I believe it's something like that.
I don't know. I only know Apollo.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, a lot of the leads, especially in real estate, because it's such a competitive niche in USA, most of them are called like hundreds or thousands of times. So it's not really useful for us, because it's better if you have one guy that stores the leads for us, custom leads, going on Google Maps, searching on internet for new real estate agents, than going to the same ones that thousands of other people have. So that's why we don't do that. In Lithuania, if you're still in that market, it's probably, if they have the option on Apollo to search for them, you probably don't have that problem like in USA. But in USA, most of them are already used, basically just like used. So you can't book a meeting with them. It's really hard to do that.
Okay. And usually when you book appointments, is it mostly cold calls, or do you do everything like you mentioned, LinkedIn?
Mostly, I'm gonna be honest with you. We started email when we started the agency, right? With emails, because that's the thing that we always, we knew that's kind of professional. We bought the domain. We thought it would work, stuff like that. Of course, it didn't work, because they get hundreds of emails a day. I even get hundreds of mails a day, and not, it's kind of hard to get recognized over the email. So we didn't get results. We started cold calling. We got some results, but we were ass. We are so bad at cold calling, especially in English, because I'm Croatian, and the team is Croatian, so the accent is kind of tough. So we had to learn the script, mechanically and everything like that. So we started like that, booking appointments like one per week maybe. But right now, we are doing cold calls, probably like 300 to 400 a day. We can still do more, because there is a lot of people on the team that can do it. I can actually do it, and we do LinkedIn. Nothing more than that, because email systems, just like I said, I'm sorry for that. We have enough meetings right now. We have enough clients. We have enough meetings. If we get the whole new income of clients, it would be kind of hard to manage that. So right now we are in perfect balance between cold calling and LinkedIn. But mostly the most quality meetings and most quality, all of our clients are from LinkedIn. Cold calling can be kind of tough. And most of the times the closing rate from cold calls, because they're from America, they're really not that respectful towards the things that we do to them. So because of that, it's like 20% closing rate. When it comes to LinkedIn, it's like 60 to 70. It's crazy. It's like crazy. And I can show you my system on LinkedIn. It's a little bit different to most of the people. It basically goes like that. It's a simple message that you send in the DM of the guy that you're reaching out to, say John. You send like 2 paragraph, maybe a message. 50% of the time, you'd be surprised. 50% of the time they say sure. Like, you just ask them, can I send a few details that for example, to improve your business? They'll just say sure, And after that, we send a 2-minute video for myself. I recorded a 2-minute video, already pre-recorded and everything like that. We send it to their DM. They see the video. It's the offer, it's the no risk reversal and everything like that, And after that, they can book the call on Calendly. So it's extremely qualifying and useful system, because it qualifies the client, and the client already knows that it's something that he wants. So that's why the closing rate is so high.
Okay. Yeah, actually, you answered a few of my questions in just one. Another question would be like, how do you stand out? Because real estate, I know in America it's very competitive. In Lithuania, there's like 10 brokers in the entire country that can afford actually my services. But I can pick up the phone and book meetings easily. In America, they get a lot of calls. So is it like the risk reversal that you mentioned, or something else? How do you stand out?
Well, firstly, it's consistency. You have to be consistent. You mean specifically on cold calling, or?
Cold calling.
Yeah. So it's consistency. You have to do a lot of calls. It's not that maybe in the first few days of if you start cold calling in USA, maybe in the first few days it's not going to be so good because you need to get adjusted. You'll probably get more no's than yeses in the beginning, and that's completely normal. And I can tell you honestly, 50% of the people we call, they don't even pick up. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know how the fuck do they have clients in real estate, because they don't even pick up their phone. That's crazy. I don't know the reason for that, but they just don't pick up the phone. And when they do it, basically I can read the script, because I'm not calling that usually, so I can't tell you exactly what it is. I created the script, but I fucking forgot what the fuck was in it, so I can tell you when I see it. It's not true, actually. It's kind of, I mean, it is true, but it's kind of, how do I say, twisting the truth, because they still have to pay up front, but if they don't get the results that we promised in the first month, they get the money back. So it's the same. It's basically pay per result after the first month. So that's why we say that, and most of the time it works. When they come to a meeting, when we ask them, when we produce the pain points they have, when we start presenting the offer, showing them how our offer can actually get them to their dream state, they completely forget that it's supposed to be pay per result, and they go for it. So that's how we actually do it.
Okay, and what's your offer? Because I know Carter Vincentini, he has like 6 months pay in full, and if the ROI is not positive, he refunds all the money.
Yeah, we don't have a crazy offer like that, especially now. In the beginning of our agency, I'm gonna tell you half of the story. It's important for the whole story. That's why I'm referring to that. When we started the agency, when we were there like 1 to 2K per month maybe. We had like offers. We tested different offers, all the way. We actually invested our money when we started working with the first client. We said, you pay after we get you the results with our money, and we lost all of the fucking money because we were stupid. so we lost all the money. So that fell in water. That whole plan of us paying, because I didn't have any money then, and I fucked it up on the Facebook ads. So because of that, we went on a new plan and started promising qualified appointments. Actually, in the beginning, it was qualified leads, and of course we closed absolutely no one because we were shit at sales. That's firstly, and because the offer was shit, because they didn't trust us. We didn't have any testimonials. We didn't know how to explain the whole system. We started selling Facebook ads before we even knew how it works. So they could see it in our eyes, So it was kind of a fight between us and the people that are on the meeting, and because of that, we didn't even get to, kind of develop our offer fully. Our offer is still 5 qualified appointments per month. That's it, basically. And for most of the realtors, and even those rich ones, when they invest $6,000 and get 5 new qualified appointments, which 3 turn in the client, that's still a lot. That's like, I don't know, say 30,000 euros to $6,000 investment. So yeah, there's a difference. So that's why they usually go for it. We don't have a crazy offer like Carter does. I saw that he has like something like close a client guarantee, or you get your money back and stuff like that. We don't have nothing complicated like that. And right now it's even easier for us to close clients because we have most of the referral meetings, So once we get them, they already know they can trust us. So we don't have to do all of these crazy offers and stuff like that.
Do you think like the offer is crazy because positive ROI in 6 months? I think in 6 months, like you can get like positive like profit.
Of course you can. No, I'm not saying that his offer is like crazy in a bad way. It's just that he developed the offer. We didn't even develop our offer, and our agency is still going good. So I don't think that it's something that you should, go into and research for a few days and go. Just create an offer, make sure you're good at it, and that's the difference you can create. So basically, his offer works. I'm sure that he does. I'm sure he's good at the job, but we just didn't have time to create the offer. We just had the normal offers as any other agencies, and it still works. You just need to know how to sell it. You just need to understand how it works and the pain points that you can sell to, and that's basically it.
Yeah, and when pitching your services, do you like try to measure the results or like talk about the benefits that are not like direct meetings or sales, but like building your email list, for example, or brand awareness?
So most of the time it's not just money and not just new clients. It's most of the time it's like like brand awareness, just like I said. It's basically growing their social media and everything like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't been to a sales meeting probably in like 2 or 3 months because I don't do it anymore. I have people that do it, so that's the reason I'm kind of rusty in that. I need to get back to that's for sure. But yeah, how it works basically, when they say that they are up for it, we just like, how do I say, we just upgrade the offer and say you'll also get Instagram management, Instagram posts, all of that, brand awareness, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so that's the thing that we offer also parallelly to Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, and all of that stuff, you know.
Okay. If you were to hire, like imagine if you were working alone, not with your brothers, what would be the first thing you would outsource? Like hire someone to do it?
That's actually a really good question. I actually need to think about it. Depends on where you are in the agency space. Do you already have a client, or do you already, you mean in your situation right now?
Well, right now I don't think I need to outsource, but like once I have to hire someone in order to scale because I don't have time, what would be the first thing you outsource?
That's, in my opinion, honestly, I don't think that this answer will actually satisfy you. But one thing that I can say to you is you need to outsource the thing that doesn't go so that you're not so good at, you know. So most of the time when you get to that position that you actually need to hire someone or outsource to someone, the first thing that you'll probably outsource is, I don't know, it can be, sourcing leads, because that's awfully boring and time consuming job. So probably something like that. It could even be cold calling if you find someone good. If you want cold callers, I can actually hook you up with our friend that actually has the cold callers, working in his agency. So we can, if you need cold callers, you can hit me up, so I can hit you with that. And basically, just something that you need in that moment. You can say it like on the top of the dome. You need to know your situation, and after you see what you have in your agency currently, like you have, say, 3 clients, your cold calling is going good for you, but you don't have time for sourcing leads. Then you hire someone for sourcing leads. And most of the time it will happen like that, because sourcing leads is probably the most boring job that could ever, fucking exist. So probably that.
Yeah, I did that already when I was cold calling for websites. So yeah. Okay. Working with like if you're alone, you can have like, I don't know, maybe like 5 clients, 6. But when you have 10, 20 clients, what are the biggest challenges? Is it like constantly keeping up with the results? Is there anything you do different than when you started?
Yeah, I completely understand the question. So basically, when you started the agency, the most amount of clients that we could actually endure was like 7 or 8, because there were like 3 of us that could call. The guy that is sourcing the leads, the most hardworking one, doesn't even understand English. So it's actually, kind of hard for him to get into ads and calling the leads and all of that. So 3 of us were calling the leads that come from ads, so it was easy to, manage quite a lot of clients. But the thing that is, once you get, past that point where you can't handle them, probably finding good media buyers is the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing, like by far, because you need to find someone that can actually test the things out, that knows what he's doing, that knows what you want to do for your clients and all of that thing. So yeah, that was probably the hardest thing. And when it comes to metrics and all of that, when you find good media buyers, they usually keep it kind of clean, and they know, they send you the metrics on a daily basis if you need them, or weekly reports on on the campaigns, so you can check that out. You don't need to worry about that. But the hardest thing is to find someone that can actually do that, like with quality. So yeah, that's the hardest thing when it comes to that.
Okay. How do you deal with clients who say, for example, this is too expensive, this is out of my budget, and you don't really want to downsell them because then it would be just too cheap?
Yeah, I completely get it. This is so firstly, what most of the times what we do on cold call, on sales meetings, what my friend does, the one that is closing for the longest time, well, what he likes to do is firstly price anchor, right? Not go from like a good price from $10,000 all the way to six. That's usually what happens, because it just, it just sits easier in their head when they hear that it should be 10,000. It's, you know how price anchoring works. You're in the real world. That's where we actually got it. So after that, when they say it's out of their budget, it's not going good for them or something like that, they need more clients to be able to afford it. He just reflects to them what they just said. So they are not willing to invest enough money to get the clients they're in need of. You understand? So they are not willing to invest $6,000 to get clients for $20,000. And the most of the times when he started doing this kind of reverse psychology sales, most of the objections that we encountered were trust related. They didn't trust us. They didn't understand that we can actually do that for them, because we didn't have testimonials. They didn't have anyone to call to actually confirm that we are someone that can do that. So that's the thing that kind of held us back. But once we got testimonials, once we got people that actually work with us and all of that things, it's actually pretty easy. When they hear that they could get the return in 1 month, it's usually not that hard for them to pay the full price up front.
Okay. Were there any big mistakes that you made when you were starting out? Or if you were starting over today, is there anything that you would do differently, aside from the guarantees that you mentioned already?
Yeah. So, big mistakes that let me think about it. I don't want to say anything shit. I actually want to compose this sentence really good. Let me just think about it for a second. The biggest mistakes that I made. Probably the biggest mistake that I made is investing my own money before knowing how it fucking works. That's the thing that fucked me up the most, because I didn't have any money after. So that's the thing that fucked me up the most. And one thing that I would change is probably my confidence, because when I start, when it comes to my personality, I'm not that kind that can speak with people so freely. I can right now, but when I started the agency, I was so anxious when it comes to sales calls, when it comes to cold calling. And right now, if I were going back in time, I would probably scale it to $10,000 a month, in 2 months, because I'm really confident in the things that I offer, and people can see that, So one thing that I would do differently is definitely be sure of myself, because when I started selling, I was like a little pussy on the cold call. So that's probably the biggest thing that held us back.
Yeah. I remember my first sales calls.
It
was scary as fuck, so I understand you. Okay. Let's see. Have you ever worked with multiple clients in the same area? Because, for example, in Lithuania, since there are only a few bigger cities and people are poorer, I might end up working with a few similar, a few brokers in the same area.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's basically, there is no yes or no answer. If it's a bigger city, if it's, for example, New York City, you can work with 3 people there, because
it's not New York.
Yeah,
Lithuania is not New York.
Lithuania is not that. When it comes to Lithuania, I'm not exactly sure how big of a city is that, but if it's a bigger
300,000.
300,000. Yeah, that's kind of tough, honestly. Probably when it comes to targeting, you can see it on the Facebook ads, right? If you're targeting the same people in the same city, and if the audience overlaps, you're gonna have big problems, because your ads from one client and ads from another client will collide, and that they will kind of go, the ads will, how do I say it in English that it not sound stupid? The ads would the people would see one ad and then another, and you would just not have, how do I say it? You would not have consistent results because of it, because the audience will overlap, because you're targeting the same people.
But if you're using completely different offers, completely different designs,
you can do that. It just depends on the size of the city. If you think that's on the Lithuania better than me, So if you see that you have some space in the city, if you have a realtor on one side and a realtor on the other side, you can probably do that. You just need to how do I say? You just need to lower your targeting, the range. That's how I would do it if the city is big enough. But if the city is not that big, I would not try and bother do that, because the most I actually did that once. I don't remember which state was that for a client, and I fucked it up completely, both of them. So I don't do that anymore in the smaller cities. And I honestly don't want to give you advice on Lithuania on those cities, because I don't know how big they are. You say it's 300,000 people, but it's still, I don't know the actual size of the city, so I can't tell you that exactly. So you know better than me. If you think that there is some space where people, where you can split the audience, when you can send, where they can see different ads, yeah, I would try definitely. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Because I'm trying to get like as fast as possible some consistent income, since I'm like I mentioned, I'm dropping out, I'm moving out.
Yeah, I'm so glad for you. That's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully, like you said, like I can finally stop being a bitch and get to 10K a month or something.
I didn't say that. You're not a bitch. Definitely in Lithuania, I'm sure that 5K a month is like crazy. That's sure.
No, I mean like I didn't mean it like that. Like, you said like you could get to 10K a month in like 2 months.
Yeah,
Like
but that's not because you are a pussy if you can't do it. It's just because I have, I have experience already. It's just like I believe I don't know where I heard that quote. It was basically, if you drop a millionaire in the random city, he would, with no money, he would become a millionaire in 3 days, just because he knows the exact roadmap, to get to those millions, and probably have connections and something like that. So that's why I think I will actually successfully do it. I don't know, maybe I won't, maybe I couldn't do it. I don't know, but I'm pretty confident that I could.
Yeah. Do you offer referral fees to your clients? Like you said, you get referrals.
So what do you mean by referral fee exactly?
A percentage of what you earn, for example.
So I understand. So the percentage of the people of the clients that get signed over the other clients, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Honestly, no. We don't have that policy, not because it's a good idea, but most of the times people get insane ROI on our service, right? And sorry for that. I drink a lot of sparkling water. So because of that, most of the people are happy just to give us referrals. They don't even they don't even ask for that. So, and we honestly forgot about it. So we didn't do it because people didn't have problems about it completely. So we are completely.
Yeah, I mean, if you like send out an email to all your customers right now that you offer a referral fee, I think you could get a bunch more customers.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, but honestly, right now we're kind of full. We are probably going to scale some more and then go completely into info business, courses and stuff like that. But firstly, before we do that, I need to get some audience, because I'm not that how do I say, famous, So because of that, I need to get like more audience, more people that know about me, and then I can launch my own course. Like.
Yeah. Do you think like my decision to go from Lithuania to English-speaking countries that are richer, like Canada, UK, Australia, yes, is good? Because as an option, my mentor suggested like trying Latvia, Poland. There's like no competition, and I'm more confident, but like than him, because he said like there's a pretty high floor to enter in the US. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, there is absolutely a lot of competition. There is a lot of, yeah, that's a good advice from him, I can tell you that. But that also depends on you, how much confidence you got. If you know how to call, if you know your your service, you know that you can provide results. If you start working in USA and get the client, in say 2 or 3 weeks, and you get them results, and it's like kind of a mid to high range client, you'll probably get already some referrals from him if they're happy with your results. So if you have confidence that you can do it, I suggest you go to USA. But if you still need some stable income, just like you said, if you're varying from 2 to 5,000, and if you want to get consistent, I would suggest going to surrounding countries of Lithuania, because you're more experienced in that market. You know what you're doing there, that's for sure. and for that reason you definitely get to a more stable income and get to 10K way easier. But in USA it would be easier to scale.
Yeah, because like in my opinion, I'm just a bit done with small clients that
Yeah.
like pay 500 euros per month, and to them it's something like a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I actually asked Carter this, I think, but I want to get a second opinion. Let's say with 2,100 euros ad spend in a single month, you get 4 deals, or like 4 home selling deals, like contracts, and 1 custom home search contract. And in total, the value of the 4 homes and the search contract is 556,000. And let's say the percentage of commission that the brokers get is 13,000. So you spend 2.1, they get 13,000, and they pay you, let's say, 2,000. So their expenses are about 4, but they get 13 if they fulfill those contracts.
Yeah.
Do you think that's good results? Are they okay? Are they bad?
Okay, so for 4 house selling deals, they get $13,000, right? Is
4 deals, 1 custom home search.
Yeah? So that's a realistic statistic from your client, or is that something that you came up with?
It's a statistic that I got 2 months ago.
From your own client, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I was in. What is the time range? From when they pay you the first half, and then they got the results. What is the time range?
They pay me a monthly retainer plus a percentage of the fulfilled deals.
Okay, I understand that. But how much time have elapsed until they let's say you close them, they pay you $2,000 firstly, right? Or already $4,000?
They pay me like it's my biggest client, which is like kind of like a part-time job, so they pay quite a lot compared to Lithuanian clients. They pay 1.4 retainer plus 8.5% from the commission that they get.
Yeah.
So I've been working with them for a long time, but this is just statistics from a single month, just random.
I would definitely say that's good. In my opinion, if they invested 4,000 and got 13,000, then I don't see what the problem is, especially if it's in 1 month. So of course it depends on how big that client actually is, how big the agency is. If it's the biggest agency in Lithuania, for example, it probably wouldn't be that of note to them. But when you put it like that, it's like what, three times ROI, right? So that's actually quite good. I don't see the problem in that, definitely.
Okay.
What did Carter say to that?
Could you repeat your question?
What did Carter? You asked the Carter the same question, right?
Yeah. He said I actually asked him this on Discord, like in messages, and I asked him like since they calculated like their spending on their in-house graphic designer, like they're split with the brokers because they split. I think it's either 50-50 or 70-30 with the brokers. They weren't even happy with this.
Oh. So they didn't get 13K in profit.
No, I mean it's revenue because they spent.
Oh, that's a whole different thing. I thought that in the end they got 13,000. How do you know, like specifically how much did they get back? Like after all of the splits and everything like that.
I think it's either 13,000 divided by 2, which is 6,500, or by or 9,100, something like that. And then they paid their graphic designer a few €100, and yeah, some other expenses. Like it was weird. I think it might be because I'm a bit young, and they're like, no, that's not good.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's like that, when that right now that's a different story. It's a good. They still got their money, you know. They still got some ROI. So I don't think
Mhm.
that they should object to that. You still help them make money. You still help them open up the whole new client stream, you know, because they probably didn't have anything on Facebook and stuff like that. You activated their Facebook with ads. You got a new client stream from Facebook, you know, and stuff like that. So that's absolutely useful. Even though if you didn't get them, enough ROI, you still help them unlock that whole client stream. So that's useful. And if they got money back, I don't see why they would object. But if they're quite a big agency, they might think that this is not something that is worth their money, because it takes, a month to get like 500 euros back, for example. So maybe it's not enough for them. But you
Mhm.
didn't do anything wrong because you actually fulfilled your offer, right? So
Yeah, and I mean, for them, I'm doing like all of marketing, like building out funnels, email
mhm.
marketing, social media stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I don't think that they should object to that, definitely.
it's not like what they think. I just wanted to know if I did a good job to know
Hmm.
I can like whether this is good for other clients.
Yeah.
Because if I did a good job, then I'm confident to call people, hey, do you want free money?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's definitely free money. You know, if you got ROI on them, if they still got more money than they invested, just like Tate said, it's I don't see where would the problem be. You know, you still fulfilled your offer. You did a good job. If you know, Facebook ads is not easy. That's for sure. That
Mm-hmm.
it takes some time. We fucked up 3 first clients of ours, so we fucked up a lot. We got a few accounts, ad accounts disabled and all of that stuff. It's kind of hard. And if you help your clients to actually get the whole stream of clients from Facebook and Instagram, and you manage their email newsletter, and they pay you for that, and you still get more money back than they put in, you did a good
Mm-hmm.
job, in my opinion. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes me feel better.
What did Carter
um,
say? What did he say?
Carter said, "Yeah, it's probably because you're young and they want to like get the most profit, so they just say, nah, that's not good." But he
Yeah,
said it's pretty good.
yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, sorry for that. I'm sure that once you get more clients that are that big or even bigger, I'm sure that you would be able to get even better results because this is your first big client, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got some experience right now, and I'm sure that get huge results for your future clients. That's because, it just goes like this. You can't get a good big client and get the best results in the first time. That's actually impossible. So you got like really good results for them. I'm sure if that's your first client, that's really good.
Okay. Thanks. Have you ever tried? I think I messaged you in the real world about this, but I'm not sure whether we had a clear conversation about this. I'm gonna share my screen if that's fine for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, sure.
Um, I'll be trying out because one of my clients wants to test specifically this offer.
Awesome.
It's just idea. It's kind of like relocation ads,
Mm-hmm.
but it's switching homes, basically either from small to big, which is for like new families. They are having children. They need bigger houses. From an apartment to a house,
Mm-hmm.
or from an old construction to a pre-construction home, which is new. So it's like
Yeah.
um, less maintenance fees because it's energetically more efficient, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Have you tried these kind of ads? And what do you think about the idea overall?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sure that we tried downsizing. If you know
Mm-hmm.
what that is, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm not sure that we actually did this kind of ads when it comes to relocating. Just that's because when we started working with clients, with bigger clients, they're mostly looking for sellers. They're not looking for someone in the middle. They're mostly looking for sellers because if they get a seller, they get a buyer also. So
mm-hmm.
it's useful for them, and most of our clients are looking for sellers. When it comes to this type of stuff, relocating, doing things like that, I think we probably done like 2 or 3 times, and I'm not quite sure. I can send you after our call. I can send you some info more on that when it comes to those types of ads and what we done and what the results were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't know that on the top of my head. It was I just don't know what exactly were those ads about. I'm sure that we had some clients. I'm gonna ask my team and I'm gonna send you the info about that.
Mhm. I think, yeah, these are almost all my questions. I have one last one. It's more details on, like, if you remember the project that I sent you, it's like more on the luxury side, houses and plots of lands. Um, to give you context, it's in the capital, a bit further from the city, but I think it's like a pretty good project. And I had a pretty shit sales meeting with them. Like, it's a referral from one of the brokers, and they're like, kind of like some Russian
Yeah.
guys. They're like pretty serious guys. Some are like more intellectual. So at first, I was planning to charge them 750 plus give them a guarantee, and I think like the broker that referred mentioned the guarantee, but then I decided to just go down to 500 euros per month without the guarantee, just because I had like 4 sales calls with brokers in smaller cities, and they all said, "Oh, that's too much money." Now that I know that developers have 15 to 30% profit margins on homes, I understand it's not a lot of money because they get like tens of thousands of dollars per sale. So right now, my deal with them is in 4 months. If they do not see ROI, I refund them 3 months of the amount they paid me. So they still spend 1 month and the ad spend of all 4 months. But I do have to provide results.
Yeah.
Like, I think you saw the website; it's beautifully designed. So my current plan, like, I just need to get one sale. I talked with the real world planning AI. It calculated like how much I need to get. Like, it seems pretty easy. So my current plan is to test. Oh, it's in Lithuanian, so uh, it doesn't matter if I share. My first plan is to work with a graphic designer to just run simple image ads where I will tell them everything, like qualify them, tell them the price range, tell them the size of the homes or the plots of lands. Not sure which one I'll advertise first. So the leads are high quality. The broker that is working with the project will call them on Go High Level. And after that, I'll test out video ads because they're going to hire a pretty good like video guy, just to see if it brings in more quality. And then I'm going to test instant forms versus landing page opt-ins. And basically that's it, just to hope things happen well.
Yeah.
Do you have like any suggestions of what you would try?
Yeah, I
This
firstly
one?
have a few questions regarding that, so I can give you precise answers. So, firstly, how much will you spend? I didn't get that, you know.
The ad spend, I think it's between 15 per day to 20 per day. So it's like from 450 per month
To
to
600, yeah.
600.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll...
The CPM is like 3 to 4 euros. So it's
Yeah.
way cheaper than America.
Yeah, that's definitely cheaper, yeah. Wait. Okay. So, definitely test normal image ads because they're really useful. That's for sure. I think I already wrote that to you on the messages to definitely test that out because that's the easiest way to actually do it, and it's easy, you know, to get results with that. But since it's a luxury, you know, kind of project,
it's a little bit luxury, not fully luxury.
Yeah, a little bit luxury. So, I mean, I mean, in that case, I would still try and go test video ads, that's for sure, but it all depends on how much will you spend on each thing. So do you mean like you're gonna run video ad and then image ad like parallelly, or will you try image ads and then go with video ads after that?
I'll try video ads because that's the first thing I'm gonna have, because we have to film the video later on.
Okay.
If it does good and it seems to bring in great leads, maybe I won't even run the video. But if it's like average, I'll try out the video because it seems to bring in high quality leads. So only one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing that I'm going to advise you in that. So I did a similar thing to that. I tried testing in the beginning. I tried testing video versus image, and one thing that I fucked up about that, and I don't want you to fuck up like me, is I started running with image ad. For my client, I started running image ads, and they did average, like normal results. I got like a few leads, a few appointments. They didn't convert, of course, because I was shit. And after that, I saw they were average. Then we recorded the video with that realtor, and then we started running the video ad after the image ad, right? And we got no results at all. And the thing that happened is, after the image ad, the whole time of running video ad, which was 2 or 3 weeks, we didn't get any results. So one thing that I would try and advise you is something called Petri dish analogy. So basically, if you have something that works, if you have average results on a video ad, or even better, like above average results on image ad, don't disable it and try image ads. Try it parallelly, because if the image ad doesn't work, you're gonna lose a lot of time and you're gonna fuck up there. So try, if something works, don't cancel it totally. Make sure it's still running and test the other thing, separately from that. That's my advice, because even if you're 100% confident that it will, give you better results, but this still gives you results, I would not, risk it, especially if you have a deal like that, but you have to return a lot of money if you fuck up, So I would definitely try and after you test one thing, just run one thing parallelly until we see what works better. And after like a few weeks or a month of seeing image versus video, then you can disable one depending on which one works better, right? That's my advice on that, because I don't want you to fuck up like I did.
Okay, yeah. That sounds smarter than what I was planning.
I'm glad I helped you at least, a little bit.
Yeah, you helped me out a lot. Like you're answering a lot of questions that I had.
Thank you.
I actually came up with another one while you were speaking. In Lithuania, like Go High Level SMS, it's like Twilio but white labeled. It's number one expensive email compared to America, and Lithuanian people are like they have less money than Americans. So to them, the SMS, it's like pretty expensive. Do you think it's fine to use email only follow-ups and just call them a few times, or like is it necessary to get good results?
Okay, so definitely I have two answers on that. Definitely, first answer is SMA is way better than email when it comes to following up. You mean with following up with leads, right? With appointment, the leads that are trying to convert to appointments, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely SMS works better than email. That's 100%. And but if it's expensive, I would run email. Definitely don't cancel both. Run email, but then try and call them. A little bit probably more if they're not answering or something like that. But make sure that you're following up enough, because some people usually don't like to answer phone calls, especially in America. I don't know about Lithuania. They don't like to answer phone calls that they get. So because of that, we try and go with SMS, and SMS works the best. From calling and email and SMS, the SMS works the best. I don't know why the fuck is that like that, but it works the best. And because of that, I would, if it's really too expensive, just don't do it then. you just run email and calling. But I would definitely advise, if you can figure something out, that you still keep the SMS, because it's really useful. I didn't work in Lithuania or Croatia or something like that, but if people are seeing them, they're most likely to see the SMS first, and most likely to respond to SMS than an email, because it's way easier. They have their mobile phones always. It's way easier to see it, and they know what it's about.
Do you have like those? I know some people use like a whole entire year of follow-ups because I do like 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, I understand. Like drip campaigns, calling. Yeah,
Like
you.
automations.
Yeah, you mean about like with leads or with your clients, or your
With leads, let's say a person doesn't answer the call.
Yeah, I don't have that. We don't have that in the agency. Just be just because I don't think that it's that useful. If they try to buy a house in that specific moment on Facebook, and they try and they ignore you after they see the emails, see the SMSs, why the fuck would you go about and send 5 years of fucking SMSs or emails when when they gave initiative to buy, they didn't. They probably found a better offer. It would be good if you have it already. It's cool. It's good. It's better to have it than not have it. But I don't think that it's something that will if you don't have a snapshot for that, I don't think that it will be that useful to build it yourself because it will take a lot of time, I suppose. And I don't think that the ROI would be good. But I'm talking off the top of my head. Maybe I'm wrong. In that case, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure about that because I didn't run any drip campaigns. But I'm sure that my logic is kind of on point. So if they didn't buy it when they wanted, I don't know why they would buy a fucking house after 1 year when they wanted. So that's kind of my thought process.
Okay, so yeah, I see we've been talking for like about an hour now. My plan right now, if I say something stupid, correct me. Let's say for 1 or 2 weeks, I'll do cold calls in Lithuania just to get my income up. Because if I don't make money, I'm sad. And after that, I'm gonna do cold calls to the US or Canada. I know it's gonna have to be a lot more volume because the competition is it's way different. But it's fine. Like I'm used to calling a lot. I'll maybe use your script or I use Jeremy Miners if you know that guy. He's
I
great.
don't, unfortunately. Wait, what's the name?
Jeremy Miner.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
He's like very good at sales. So yeah.
Maybe I know him, but I don't by the name. Maybe I know him like from videos and something like that, but I'm not that sure. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll either look up your script from the recording if you're gonna share it.
Yeah, I can send you that. That's no problem. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Great. And I think my offer for now is gonna be like 6 months, either retainer or pay in full. And if they don't see results, just like after I refund them, maybe if that doesn't work, because I don't have that much confidence.
Yeah, I understand.
I'll try to do like qualified appointments or something like that. Figure out the VAs, not VAs but ISAs.
ISAs, okay, yeah.
And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes good.
Yeah, I wish you the best, brother. But one thing that I want to tell you is because if you sign someone on that offer, on 6 month initiative to give them the actual results, give them the actual money, and if they are shit at closing as a realtor, you're gonna have to return the money. That's one thing that's in my head.
Yeah. So I think I'm only gonna offer that with ISAs because I talked with Carter on Discord. He said he offers only that if they have their own people call them, not the brokers. Because for now, like all of my clients call the leads themselves, but I'm gonna have to figure out that problem eventually.
Yeah, then that's for sure. If you have confidence that you can do it, and I believe you can do it, that's definitely, especially in Lithuania, because it's different. It's not that competitive, like you said. And basically, just like I said, if you fuck up, you're gonna have to return a lot of money. Just make sure that you have that kind of money. If you fuck up, I don't think you will, but still, have it ready. You don't know what can happen. If you have your ad account disabled, for example, that fucked us up a lot of times. So make sure that doesn't happen to you. But yeah, definitely test both of the things, and yeah, then sure, that sounds like a good offer, definitely.
Okay, yeah. So that's about it.
Yeah.
Real estate aside.
By the way, if you're struggling with any part of your agency right now and can't for the life of you figure out how to solve that, click the first link in the description. Don't worry, it's not a $997 course. There's no case study or webinar. is just a video of me telling you how one-on-one coaching with me can help you solve the problem. It's a funnel designed to sell you something. I'm not going to pretend it's not. You don't have to click, I don't really mind, but feel free to check it out if you have any problems or roadblocks in your agency. And that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more of these videos. Bye.